Yo, what it do, everybody, man? What's going on, man? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Y'all already know what it is, man. Welcome back to everyone to the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling. In this episode, man, it's the Commission Talks edition, man. What's going on? Happy Wednesday, man. That WTW, that Wrestle Talk Wednesday, man. I'm excited. I haven't done an episode of Talk Pro Wrestling in a little bit, man. Of course, been grinding and doing the watch-alongs, and of course, got Beyond 11:30 returning tomorrow night with the crew, man. So that's excited. But once again, man, appreciate everyone definitely tuning in. We getting the live going on, man. Here on the 11:30 podcast show as well, you guys, man. Once again, like I said, we live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. So make sure you hit the like button down below. Follow and subscribe to the 11:30 podcast show. All right, man. Now that's out the way. I said, man, the guys are back in the room, man. And not only myself, but my guy, Warren Marlowe. I'm trying to do something at the same time, and it's not even working. Okay, there we go. All right, and I got my guy Warren Marlowe here on this week's episode, and I'm gonna bring him on in just a bit, you guys. But like I said, I'm not by myself. I'm kind of buying time, so we got the intro. I'm trying to get it up here for Commission Talks, man. That was one thing I forgot. But I hope everybody Wednesday is going great, man. For Commission Talk, we had the Royal Rumble this past weekend and everything. I'm gonna bring on my guy Warren Marlowe right now, and we're gonna get into the show. We're gonna get the intro going on. And my guy Warren Marlowe, what's going on with you, my guy? What's going on? Can you hear me? I think you were muted.
My bad. All right, what's up, man? Hey, it's another day. It's Wednesday, man. It's Wrestle Talk Wednesday.
Yes, it is, man. How's everything?
Good, man. Obviously the weather, I'm not sure knowing where it is in Washington, even though y'all been having a lot of craziness as it is, but weather's starting to slow down a little bit. Get out of this hoodie weather. It's nice. Can't beat it.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty cool here. It was like 60 degrees the other day. I think actually yesterday. So, man, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Down. It's coming down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the hoodie season though. So I like my hoodies though. Yeah. All right, man. I got the intro queued up, man. We about to get into the fun and talk some wrestling and all that, man. Let's go. Welcome to Commission Talks, everybody, man. Let's get with it.
The following program is rated TVMA. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Yeah. All right. All right. We got that out the way. We here with it now. What's going on with everybody out there, man? It's Wednesday. We live here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and all that great stuff. I got my guy Warren Marlowe, the host of the Buzzing with Marlowe podcast, man. Man, we was just chatting, man. Cool day, cool everything, man. Wrestling, man. Wrestling is off the chain right now, man. We're gonna really dive into it, man. Like, how was your Royal Rumble weekend, man?
Hey, man. Obviously I had to work the day of the Rumble, so I didn't get to watch it until like what I said, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh wow.
Matches. I love the small match card. I did not think I was gonna like it because I remember we talked about it. I think we talked about it here on the debut back. We said it's only 4 matches. Like, what are they doing? It's only 4 matches. It was smart. They gave time to every match. I mean, they did a lot of great things with the Rumble. They did a lot of great things with, even though I'm not a big fan of them, DIY is really starting to show something a little bit.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, it was good. I mean, shock factor. Let's just put it that way. Shock factor.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a good pay per view.
Okay, all right, man. Yeah, man. Royal Rumble was definitely dope, man. The weekend was cool, man. I'm really glad. I think last time I was on here last week, we was on Buzzing with Marlo. I was getting over a little cold, man. My little man had got me sick, and yeah, man. I was
Tag
excited
along.
about it. Oh man, I can't take, man, when you know when your ear gets stopped up, man, and you could barely
Mhm.
hear out. Oh my God, that was the worst. But yeah, got better before the Royal Rumble, and everything was definitely good. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, man, we gonna just dive into it, man. Let's dive into our first segment, sort of the first night, man, of the first. Our first segment of the evening, and you guys, man, this first segment is top five moments of the week, you guys. Yes, top five moments of the week, and we're gonna start right here with number five. Obviously, you guys, we seen this past week on Monday Night Raw. Man, Kevin Owens attacked Sami Zayn. Now we're gonna dial it back 2 nights prior, as we were just talking about the Royal Rumble. Yeah, the short match card, 4 matches on the card is definitely dope, man. I really like it how the matches definitely can play out, and definitely one of the matches that was on the card was Kevin Owens taking on Cody Rhodes in a ladder match for the WWE Championship. And of course, a couple of weeks prior, we seen Kevin Owens show up on Monday Night Raw and sort of propose something to Sami Zayn. It's like, yeah, man, you're gonna win the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna help you, but like I'm gonna win the WWE Championship, and you're gonna help me, right? Like I just have no doubt about that. All right, now we seen the WWE Championship match that took place at the Royal Rumble, and it was crazy, right? Yeah, I know it was
Match
crazy.
of the night.
Match of the night, really. And the big factor is too when I believe Kevin Owens went through the ladder, or at least a little bit before that, we saw Sami Zayn, and like I just mentioned, Sami Zayn had a promo with Kevin Owens, or a talk, and that maybe they help one another. What did you think about that? Sort of, Sami Zayn came out there and just stood there, and I mean, I knew he wasn't gonna help him, but it was just like, okay, like, why did Sammy come out there? I get it, for the story, but it was just like, dog, you didn't even at least go up there and try to push Cody off the ladder or anything, dog. So, like,
I
what in the
mean,
world?
it gave that suspense factor because we were like, oh crap, what's Sammy doing over there? Because there's been a lot of things with Sammy right now.
Mm,
Sammy find his place with the bloodline. Sammy find his place just in his singles competitor standpoint. Because Sammy hasn't been really on his game since he had the Intercontinental Championship. When he's lost that Intercontinental title, Sammy got back into the bloodline. That was the only thing positive for him to go a little bit. Now it's like, hey, what went down with that? Obviously, what you're talking about also, talk about Monday Night Raw, is Sammy lost to, oh, God, CM Punk. Yeah, lost CM Punk, so Punk's qualified for the Elimination Chamber. Yeah.
hmm,
But you see Kevin Owens coming back. I think Sammy did bring a shock factor when it came to that ladder match. In reality, it wasn't needed, but it
yeah,
definitely was needed at the same time, if that makes sense. Because when Cody slams Kevin through that ladder, which I have to explain, I tell everyone all the time, and we even said it last week on commission. There's one guy, every good guy, every good guy is going to have their breaking point. And when I say their breaking point, there's going to be one person that's going to make you come a little bit more out of character than your usual, because that's the only way you can prevail from that person is if you go to that level. And seeing that what Cody did, Cody was about to get pile drive through a damn ladder. Literally, a package pile driver through the ladder. Instead, Cody reverses it and gives you the most old school move. I haven't seen this move in a long time.
Old school, but brutal at the same time.
Oh, Alabama Slam. Wasn't a crossroads. It was an Alabama Slam off the ladder, and the way Kevin took it, you thought he was dead. Like, reality, people don't go through ladders. They ain't supposed to go through ladders like Kevin did. Kevin's all the way set up, everything. My wife looked at me. She's like, I wonder if he's okay. I'm like, yeah, he's going to be sore. He's going to be sore.
Yeah.
But to see what happened, and then obviously Cody going on the table and all that stuff, and you got fans going nuts. Oh my God, Cody turned heel. Cody did this. No, it was the fact that he had to go to that level. He finally ended what was going between him and Cody. I mean, him and Kevin, and it was really good. Overall, like the one thing I did like about the ladder match was they brought old school dynamic wrestling.
Yes, they did.
And showed that the ladder is a weapon.
Yes.
Like, dude, they used a step ladder. It literally was like one of the miniest ladders, and it was crucial how they were using it. I was like, this is perfect. Like, this is what ladder matches should be, because, and you don't ever see a main title match in a ladder match in a long time. So they definitely delivered. I think they did really freaking well.
Hey, I agree. For it took me a little minute, into the match, and I was like, wait a minute, we ain't got no tables. I maybe saw a chair, maybe not, but I was just like, yo, I kept saying to myself,
we want tables the whole match.
Yeah, and I kept saying to myself prior to this match, it reminded me of Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. Where they were both fighting at WrestleMania 10 for the Intercontinental Championship. Razor Ramon, he was Intercontinental Champion. Shawn Michaels, both of them had their title, just claiming the right that they were the rightful Intercontinental Champion, and they put both of the titles up there. And, Cody Rhodes is...
I would say Rock and Triple H, because they were two big heavyweight guys. They didn't do the dynamic of, hey, let me just jump off this ladder. Repetitively. Like, they showed this ladder was weapons. Like, they showed, hey, when I'm up there. Cody dangling off the damn titles. Like, it was a lot of good dynamics that they did in this match.
Yo, Brandon, what's going on, my guy? That's what I was saying, man. Like, it was real dynamic and old school, with just using the ladders as weapons. And the thing about, Cody heel, it was just the fact that he stood over Kevin Owens after the win, both belts up in the air. Like, that was some heel shit. Like, Cody just destroyed Kevin Owens and just said,
beating the shit out of Cody.
He was though, but he just was like, like, my nuts in your face. I'm over top of you. I won. Like, that's some real shit. I get it though. Great match. I was just confused with the whole Sami Zayn. I mean, I thought he wasn't going to help anyway, but the fact that he came out there and just sort of stood there and really didn't get involved somehow, that was just, kind of crazy though. But, top 5 moments of the week. Yes, Kevin Owens attacking Sami Zayn on the road to WrestleMania is definitely number 5, man. I can definitely see them going one-on-one at WrestleMania. All right, we're going to get into number 4. Number 4 of the week, you guys, man. Yes, man, the NXT and TNA relationship, Dango, but he goes by JDC in TNA right now. And man, oh man, like, I was waiting to see more than Joe Hendry come over, but we saw JDC of the system of TNA come over, which he's going to have a Heritage Cup championship match next week on NXT. But yeah, Joe Hendry, number 15 in the Royal Rumble, TNA World Champion. Man, what was your thoughts on that? Did you think that we're going to see more TNA guys at the Royal Rumble, or was Joe Hendry just enough?
I think Joe Hendry was enough, just because Obviously, we all thought Matt Cardona. I think everyone would have thought Matt Cardona was going to do one. When they got to number 30, you kind of had an idea like, yeah, there's one more left. Of course, it's going to be freaking Logan Paul. But Joe Hendry, I think, was really good because the craziest thing is a lot of people have this worry too is when they go to the main roster, are they going to get that reaction? Joe Hendry did. Joe Hendry, that whole building lost it. Like, actually, the biggest pop tonight was obviously like Alexa Bliss, which no offense or buts, that was really a shock factor. But Joe Hendry into this Rumble. My worry was, I hope and pray they don't just bring him in like they did the Battle Royal for NXT. Let him actually get some showcasing in because this is on the main stage. And I think Joe Hendry represented TNA very well. I mean, Joe Hendry went in there, just went ham on people. I thought the anime is what I say is anime is basically when Sheamus is in the corner and just watching this.
Yeah, like, that's what I was about to get to. That's exactly what I was about to get to.
Completely entertained, like he's in the front row watching this as like a fan. And you could tell, like, a lot of people don't realize Joe Hendry has been in the ring with Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and all them stuff in the past. So they've been wanting to get Joe Hendry into the U.S. and get into the main stage. To see that and see what they did. And, I mean, he did get eliminated by Roman. So he looked pretty strong until he got to Roman Reigns.
I think Brian, he commented on one of the posters that I think I put up a reaction of the Joe Hendry making his debut, and the fact that Sheamus, like how you mentioned, Sheamus was just in the corner the whole time, and then Sheamus posted on social media and was like, "Yo, man, I was enjoying this Joe Hendry guy," like, and you could just tell he just standing there just like, oh, okay, like I'm amazed though, and I was just thinking of a lot of possibilities, like even Joe Hendry versus The Miz. I feel like
when Jacob fought too, I was almost in tears. He's like, "Why are you so damn angry?" I was enjoying that. Why'd you have to mess it up?
Yeah, man. Like I thought that was amazing, man. Yeah, Joe Hendry, and he make history, man. He's the first TNA World Champion to be in the Royal Rumble, which, I thought that was just definitely dope. And just to add on, of course, you saw Jordan Grace makes her return to the Royal Rumble under WWE now. We don't know. Say it again. 5 years?
She signed a 5-year contract with WWE.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. And you know what? I don't know if she's going to be on the... I thought the Royal Rumble was going to be telling me, where would she go? And I think she's going to go down to NXT because she had the little moment with Jada Parker. Shout out to Jada Parker and all the ladies like Lash Legend. And, like it was like the moment where Jada Parker, Lash Legend, Bianca, Naomi, I thought it was just epic. And then to have Chelsea Green come in here as the classic white girl, just like it was just so hilarious, man. I cracked up laughing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Chelsea
man,
is phenomenal.
Yes,
she tells a major entertainment factor, and like Chelsea said numerous times, I didn't watch wrestling. I watched Total Divas, and that's what got me into it. She's got this place down with a cup, like literally, it's water to her nowadays. Like a lot of people, it's got to take forever to build it up, to make something out of it. Like she's got this figured out insanely, and what she's able to do with that little Karen character, adapt it to gotten her to be a champion.
I love
She's supposed to have been a jobber. She was supposed to be someone that's going to be enhancing the talent, that can get the one up on them with stuff like that, and seeing what she's doing with this now, and it's elevated her.
Yeah,
that's the true thing of being a superstar.
look at I like the sort of the character she got right now, which I thought it was so hilarious though. The not so secret service with her
Oh
and
my gosh.
Piper Niven. I don't know. You don't
Oh.
like it? You don't like it?
No, it's hilarious. Like I
Oh
remember
yeah.
when they wanted Piper to be so serious because she came from the character Dewdrop. Um,
Yes.
but seeing this, and you could tell both of them are having a
Mm.
ball right now doing this stuff. So I think it's been really well. The women, I don't really see any gimmick that doesn't make any sense what they're doing. Actually, there's one. There's one particular one. She needs to go to NXT, get her ropes back or whatever, and that's BFAB. BFAB needs to really
Mm.
work on dynamics of working on the mat moves, making sure that she's confident to take the move and do the move, and don't make it
Yeah.
too obvious when you are sitting there talking to your opponent. Make sure you're trying to
Mm.
learn how to whisper in the ear. Make sure when you grab them by the head, then you could start talking because you can make your hair make it where your mouth ain't moving so much. Those are some of the dynamics that I've noticed with her. I know that she's very new, and I know they're really trying to do something with her, but it wasn't a real
Yeah.
good showing for BFAB in the Rumble.
Yeah, I remember she had the first match in the first round of the United States Championship tournament. She had a little cool little showing out. Obviously, she came up short. So, yeah, definitely I agree with B-Fab. The comment right here, Trish versus Chelsea Green at Mania will be excellent. Shout out to Trish, man. She made her
Oh,
return at the Royal Rumble, too.
what?
That's my
That
all-time
woman
favorite.
doesn't age.
Boy, like, beautiful.
Bro,
Oh,
I
my
looked at her.
goodness.
I was just like, dude, she pairs with everyone in the ring. Like Trish didn't look like she was off key, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, dude, what what is this woman doing? Like, you can't tell me that yoga is the only thing that this woman is making this woman look at least flawless, look
Mm,
wise and the ring wise. Like she doesn't age. Like seriously,
mm. Yeah, she's
Trish
beautiful.
came out, I think Trish is really if we really want to be blunt, Trish and Lita really brought women wrestling before women wrestling. If
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes any sense. Like
Yeah.
Trish and them have been wanting this for so long. When you look at a woman that beautiful, have you ever thought this woman would take a punch in the face? Would you ever have thought this woman would even agree to do half the stuff that she did? Like
Nah.
seeing what she did in that Rumble, I was very impressed. And Chelsea
Right.
Green and her, oh my gosh, that would be
Yeah.
a very interesting, entertaining, all around, pretty interesting thing.
Okay. Fernando. Shout out to Fernando. Appreciate you joining the
Shout
live
out.
chat. Chelsea Green was always more than a comedy act. WWE just booked her that way. I remember when she was in NWA. Yeah, she wasn't definitely like a comedy act. So I kept my eye on Chelsea Green though, but I'm a big fan of her. B Fat sucks though. Oh man, I wouldn't go that far saying she sucks though, but I definitely agree with my guy Warren said she definitely need to go back
She
down.
definitely needs to just get the ropes a little bit better because there's something that when you get into pro wrestling, it's more said and done. She could be looking great in practice, look great in the training room, getting bumps, doing all those things. But when it gets to that show and those people getting your visual, it don't matter if it's 40, 100, and even 10 people you can get nervous in front of because it's
Mm,
people coming to watch you perform. And
mm,
wrestling audience is the most crucial audience on the planet. Like they look at it to a cup of tea, like they've been in the ring, they bumped and everything. Like they look at it as like they've done everything that these people in the ring are doing. And
mm,
for you to go in there and do this thing, I give her praise because it's not easy to do.
mm.
But for her to change from the dynamic of being a manager to a performer, she's gonna definitely have to get those ropes a little bit better.
Mm, I agree. Definitely, I agree. All right, we're going to keep the top 5 moments of the week rolling on, and we are at number 3, you guys. Yes, definitely, we are at number 3, man. And, Warren, man, you just
She
mentioned it, too. Just
looked
a little
good.
bit, a few moments ago. Alexa Bliss, man. We seen her return at the Royal Rumble, man. I was hearing rumors prior to the Rumble that some plans were put on pause. I'm not too sure what was up with that. that. But man, throughout the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble, I was like, okay, no surprises here. I mean, yeah, we know Charlotte. I mean, even Charlotte wasn't a surprise, really. Like, they already talked about her, for weeks leading up into the Rumble that she was going to be back. We already knew we was going to see some NXT women. Had a feeling that we were, of course, going to see Jordan Grace, obviously. But, it wasn't up until I feel like Alexa Bliss came out and shocked the whole crowd. Seeing Alexa Bliss for the first time in
Top of
like
the
2
night.
years. Yeah, huge pop of the night, man. I was thrilled. We didn't see her on Monday Night Raw. I don't know if this is a one-off or just they taking their time with Alexa Bliss. What is your thoughts, man? Because I was like, because I mean, Charlotte obviously was the main, factor. Charlotte went on to win the Women's Royal Rumble, which, I just had it already written. Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton, which is going to be a cool match at
The GOAT.
WrestleMania. But
The
then
GOAT.
then I was like, okay, well, if not Charlotte, maybe Alexa Bliss. But then it came down to Roxanne. I was rooting for Roxy, but Charlotte won. But hey, Alexa Bliss is back. What was your thoughts on it, man? Seeing her back in the ring, man.
Bro, I mean, obviously it sucked because what she was trying to showcase when she came out with the entrance, everything all around, she was showing tribute to the Fiend. We couldn't really see it in the jacket and stuff like that. My biggest thing was I was like, so which Alexa are we getting? Are we getting the Bliss? Are we getting, we need what are we getting? And obviously we got both. We got both dynamics and stuff like that. So it's like, um, it was interesting. I mean, really entertaining. I think Bliss did really good entertainment standpoint. So, I mean, I'm excited to see what she's gonna do. I'll say this: Alexa was never known for her moves or anything like that. She was known for her character work. Like this
Yeah.
small lady could really make you either hate her or be like, dang, I actually feel for Lexi. Like she's always been like that real main card draw. So it definitely is going to bring a good positive thing for the women's division because now you got another bad guy, you got another good guy or something like that. So it's like she definitely could play that role that they want.
Mm. Yeah, you're right, man. I was I was so thrilled to see her because we just haven't seen her in a bit, and knowing that we got Rhea Ripley as the women's world champion over on Monday Night Raw, it was like, okay, who else is she gonna mix it up with? I mean, excuse me. I mean, Io Sky, she's wonderful, she's great. I mean, yeah, Bailey, maybe. I mean, I was just, I'm a little like, up in the air on the women's world championship side, on the Raw side, of who can get in the ring and make some great moments and have a great story with Rhea Ripley now that she's world champion once again. But far as on the SmackDown side, Tiffany Stratton is definitely I feel like is doing her thing, and of course both Royal Rumble winners, which we were going to get to the other one, but Charlotte, of course, was on Monday Night Raw. NXT is going to go to Friday Night SmackDown. Play the little, play the little guessing game of who she's going to choose at WrestleMania. But you think she obviously going with Tiffany Stratton, right?
Oh, definitely. I don't really think they've really even faced each other before. So yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I would assume she does though. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte would be fire. I got Tiffany Stratton winning and retaining the title though, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
wouldn't bet on Charlotte. That's like betting against the Kansas City Chiefs though. I
I
would
will
not bet
say
on them.
this. I will say this. A lot of people give Charlotte shit and all this, but for Charlotte to go to NXT last night and kind of show that prestige at the same time, because if anybody doesn't remember, Charlotte won the Royal Rumble before, and
Yeah, in
Charlotte chose the
2020.
NXT Women's Champion
Yeah.
because they were trying to show that NXT is not just a developmental; it is the third brand. To do that and do what she did last night, that's really showing a dynamic for the women. It's like, hey, it's not just the Raw Women's Championship. It's not just the SmackDown's Women's Championship. You can go to NXT and be the Women's Champion as well. Like you give those opportunities and stuff like that. So I'm really glad to see some stuff like that.
No doubt, no doubt. But I think just on that, on what you just said, I think
Because
everybody have
that women's roster right now,
oh yeah, like it's crazy though. But I think everybody has their perspective and the perception of sort of NXT and what it is though. Although WWE is occluding it and trying to make it the third brand, I look at NXT as college football. Ain't nothing wrong with college football. College football is probably even hotter than the NFL right now.
I watch college
So
football very hardcore.
exactly. So I look at NXT as these guys, these college, athletes, and some of them are collegiate athletes, whether they were in track, basketball, football, whatever the case may be, in NIL or NLI, whatever the program is
The
called.
NIL.
Yeah. So I mean, like that's how I look at it. Yeah, you can include them as a third brand, but on the CW, or since they had NXT, it haven't really reached over a million, views on the USA or whenever they had it. So it's really a third brand, like so. And if you're gonna have these new cats, man, I think you should just keep them in NXT and don't really call them a new brand, because then it's like when they come up on Monday Night Raw. Now it's like, okay, well, I sort of seen them already, but I like it to be where they new, they fresh, and let's keep it like that. It's like, yeah,
But
you may
here's the
have seen
thing.
them.
I hate to cut you off, but here's the thing too now. TNA is now a part of it.
Yeah, yes,
And I think that's where they're going with NXT is not just going to be, where the young guys play anymore.
exactly.
If
I
you
agree with
get
this
the
comment.
TNA roster in there,
Appreciate it.
you get the new optional stuff, bro, we can really get some dynamics going with this. And more importantly, I think NXT has been needing the roster to show that they can be shown that, hey, we can belong in this as well, because
Mm.
Raw and SmackDown is completely covered with the original NXT babies that we all grown to love. And I remember when they were in NXT, nobody gave a damn what was on Raw or SmackDown. I
Yeah,
mean, we can be real. Like,
yeah. At that point,
NXT Wednesdays were making better ratings
yeah,
than
yeah,
Monday Night Raw and then
yeah.
SmackDown.
Because
And you
Raw,
had to go on the WWE Network to watch it. You couldn't
yeah,
watch it on anything else. So
uh huh,
seeing this dynamic right now, and you add the TNA roster with it, it's going to bring a lot more showcasing. And you're going to see the numbers rise. Like, if we want to be real, the ratings for NXT right now, they might be the lowest out of the three, but they are high numbers. They're
yeah. You're
not
right.
like only small bit numbers. Like, you're in almost the 700,000 to 800,000
You're all right.
views for NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's on a CW network. It's on a cable television. And
No, no, no. Like,
like I said on social media recently, them doing what they're going to do with Evolve on Tubi,
oh
that puts
boy,
a special place in my heart, because I performed for Evolve before I
mm,
had to quit. So to see what they're doing with all this stuff right now, man, y'all just stay tuned, man. NXT is really going to be more than just that third rate child. Like, they're going to be really into stuff. Like we just said, you saw Dongo come back. I don't know the
but
TNA name for him.
JDC though. No, but no, I totally agree with you though. Like, but I feel like for NXT, I think it's special if it stayed as the developmental or whatever it's called. Like I appreciate it as that, because to be honest with you, I mean, if it really was the third brand, I feel like they would have kept doing what they did. What was it, 2019, 2018? That Survivor Series where it was Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Boy, that was
All
fabulous.
going up
That
to the
was
main
beautiful.
roster.
That
So
yeah,
none of them. And that's the biggest problem. Like, when they all got into that, they're like, "Hey, they're ready." I
yeah,
agree with you.
yeah,
That was
but
one of the best Survivor Series matches they've done in a
yeah,
long time.
but I also feel like if they kept doing that, or if NXT was this third brand, I feel like it would have been part of that survival. It would have kept being in a way, but however it is, third brand or not, DD, however you
Think of
want
it
to
this
call
way.
it, it's
Think
fabulous
of it this
though.
way. If they did the draft and say, like, we see AJ Styles get drafted to NXT, can we look at it still as a developmental brand, or can we look at it as this is legit a brand now?
Say that first part again.
So, like, if the draft happens
Okay.
and they get phenomenal AJ Styles, they get The Miz, they get all these guys that
See,
have been on the main roster for a long time.
yeah.
Can we make it a notice of like, hey, this is a third brand now,
Yeah,
or is
yeah,
it still a developmental?
I mean, at heart, it is a developmental brand. That's what we, develop all our superstars here. Yes, but we could add legends like The Miz or AJ Styles down here to, teach some of these young cats and put them on television and let the young superstars learn from the veterans. Yeah, that is totally great. But in my opinion, I don't like it that way. I want to see the young cats get drafted up to Raw and SmackDown. Now, if you're gonna have an AJ Styles or have The Miz go down to NXT, then that's something where they are legitimately probably doing something, behind the scenes or working with them, off camera or such like that as a trainer or whatever. But I like the idea of it being that, the lead or whatever, however you want to call it, to where it's like we rising the up. And they even got a new show called Lead Future Greats or whatever. That's on A&E. So it's kind of like the new Tough Enough.
LFG.
Yeah. So like, man, like I like it. I really like it. And most people, most of the guys or girls who maybe
Isn't
do
it
make it or don't make it,
crazy?
they're gonna go to
Isn't
NXT.
it crazy that every platform that you watch TV right now, you can find something of WWE? Like you just
Exactly.
said,
Yeah.
A&E,
Mm-hmm.
Tubi,
Tubi.
Netflix, CW. They're still on the
WWE
Disney
all over the
Plus
place.
if you're overseas standpoint. Like, and you're on USA for SmackDown. Like, you're on a bit of a TV platform on every sectional thing to tune in every single week. That is the most smartest marketing I have ever witnessed when it comes to a business perspective, because a lot of people are like, WWE's going to take a hit when they go to Netflix. I don't believe so. They've been in the top 3 on every Netflix thing. I remember every week that they do the little top 10 for Netflix. That's always recommended. Monday Night Raw. Right after Monday, they're number 1. Number 2, Squid Game. Because apparently Squid Games is the top thing in Netflix right now. So for them to be number 2 after every Monday, that tells you something is really brewing with that. And that's something I just realized too. Like, man, they're going to be on Tubi, they're on YouTube, they're on all these different things. So it's like, dang, man, like you're finding something of WWE every single week. And in a way, they put their flag in on TNA as well. Like they're showing, hey, TNA, y'all are still a brand, but we're gonna bring our audience with ours over there to y'all. TNA's stuff has been going crazy.
Absolutely.
They've been getting packed stadium, back buildings. They're getting more viewerships and stuff like that. Like now, I'm gonna say it. People can get mad whatever they want. TNA gonna start competing with the other company pretty soon when it comes to those ratings, and then they're gonna be in real big trouble when it comes to that scenario, because they're gonna be like, oh, TNA's now got this stuff up now. To show what they've been doing with everything right now, just with wrestling, when it comes to that, it's been really good, really
Definitely.
cool.
Definitely. I agree. Eric de la Cruz, Fly Eagles Fly. Hey man, hey.
Hopefully y'all win. Hopefully y'all win.
Hopefully. All right, we're gonna keep the countdown going on, man. Top five moments of the week. We are at number 2, you guys. And speaking of the Royal Rumble, at the Royal Rumble this past weekend, man, it was a whole lot going on, man. But this moment right here was very, very telling, though. CM Punk eliminating Roman Reigns and Seth freaking Rollins, and then of course CM Punk getting eliminated by Logan Paul. However, though, the after the elimination though occurred was pretty interesting.
Ooh.
I love the moment how Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins just I felt it through the screen. Like Roman Reigns was like, oh, this motherfucker who cost me the championship, I'm getting his ass. And then like that's the matchup I want to see. Apparently, The Rock is probably not going to be at WrestleMania most likely, but if we're going to get, either this triple threat or Roman versus Seth Rollins, take my money money, man. I'm all here for it. And of course, Seth Rollins delivering of curb stomp and to Roman Reigns. And on Monday Night Raw, they're giving us a update that Roman Reigns is out indefinitely. I don't know what's that all about though. But yo, what's the deal with Seth, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns? This is gonna be a triple threat match at WrestleMania or what?
This. The pop for me for the Rumble is when Punk got eliminated. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I was dreading it. I'm like, man, this Rumble is so good. I loved what they did. Roman came in very early at the Rumble. I was shocked on that.
I felt that he was going to.
I felt like he was gonna go if they were really gonna showcase. If they're really bringing him early, obviously he's not winning, but he's gonna get a good showing because they got to show it because he's Roman Reigns. So we got what we got out of that, and obviously Cena coming in.
Do the favorite comes in play here for CM Punk? You think so?
That's what I was wondering. I thought the favor was going to happen at the Rumble, but now you're going to see more into this. But like you just said, he's out indefinitely. But I love what they did with the Rumble. They twisted it, and they had Roman in there. They had Cena in there. Next person that came out, CM Punk came in there. And then the next person, they didn't touch. Nobody touched or anything. They just stood there and stood. Then you get Seth Rollins to come in. You know Seth has got one person in his view every single second, and it makes him just snap. Like I said before, you have that one guy that just makes you go outside of your character standpoint. Seth has got two, Roman and CM Punk. But apparently CM Punk is a little bit more hated on his level than it is Roman. To see him jump after Roman and just go at him, at Punk and stuff, and see what they did with that. And then when you said, when they all got eliminated by Logan Paul, might add, they all got eliminated, and Roman and Punk just look at each other and said, we just partnered up not even a month ago. And then curb stomp. Not 1 foot, two. That's where a lot of people don't understand. That's where they can say he's out indefinitely. It's devastating to have 1 foot, but he curb stomped him with both. Both feet, curb stomp Roman. Boom. Where did Punk go do again? Punk went right at Punk again and started fighting Punk again because Punk was like, damn it, I thought we were done at at Raw. Why are you messing with me? Like, you want me? Screw this. This is all done. And then obviously you see this. Him curb stomp Roman on the stairs.
Yeah.
We got a twist. We got a twist with Seth Rollins. And everybody keeps thinking, oh, Cody turn. Seth is slightly turning.
Yes, he is.
Seth is fully about to be back into being one of the biggest bad guys on the roster very soon.
I agree.
It's just how they're doing it, and they're doing these little bits that makes it protecting them. And it's also at the same time, it's like, damn, come on, Seth. You really had to do that much to him? Like,
and it's happening organically, if I may add, though, to be honest with you.
It's not just him, go at it and just stomp this dude's head in. He's doing it in little pieces. And that's something that they're really working. They're really doing. Something that I'll say about Triple H. Triple H has done something very phenomenal at the same time. He knows how to get a crowd to hate somebody. He knows how to tell it without fully showing it every single week. And doing what he's doing now, it's been really cool dynamic to watch. But see a triple threat between those three would be a very interesting thing because there's a hatred for all three. Roman's is Seth. Roman could care less about Punk at the time. But, like you just said, that favor is still in effect. What's going to happen with that?
Yeah. Okay. Look at it, man. Eric says that's the WrestleMania main event, first night main event, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, man. Look at the matchup. The matchup just having even, them three guys go at it at WrestleMania would be crazy, though. I can see Seth Rollins slowly turning, the crowd is singing his song less and less, and everybody's obviously more behind CM Punk, than they are with Seth Rollins. Everybody just, to be honest with you, it was a conversation for a while that, well, CM Punk or Seth Rollins is only over because of his theme song and everything like that. So, and whether that was true or not, however, everyone is behind CM Punk, and that's sort of making Seth Rollins mad. So I can see the organically turn that's going to happen shortly, though. Don't know, but man, I dig it. I'm more interested in the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I feel like that tells a whole lot more story. I feel like CM Punk.
That's just because we've
Yeah.
seen everything from the growth.
And
But in a
even
way,
Andrea,
Punk is definitely involved in that storyline because if
Yeah,
it weren't for CM Punk, Seth wouldn't be in WWE.
exactly.
Like,
That's what I was
in
just about to say.
reality,
Yeah,
because CM Punk came with the
yeah,
Shield.
yes.
And the
That's
story that Roman could have for hating on Punk is this. Roman wasn't chosen by Punk to be in the Shield.
Seth.
He was chosen by Vince. He was chosen by the higher ups in WWE.
Mhm.
So he could show that and be like, hey, I bet you wish you made that choice better now, or something like that. If they really want to play with that, they really could do something with it.
Yeah, that whole triple threat dynamic, it's a lot of stories, man. That do go back to the Shield days, though. But yeah, man, I definitely agree, man. Hey, we're gonna see if that's the matchup for WrestleMania. All right, you guys, man, we're gonna get into the number one moment of the week, you guys, in our top 5 moments of the week, and of course, what we saw this past Saturday, main event, Jey Uso pulled it off.
You looked at me like I was crazy when I said this. You were like, there ain't no way in hell they're going to have Jey Uso win. He's going to have a strong showing. But I told you, after I saw that Saturday night main event, the way that they did it, and Jey Uso just announced right after the press conference, whatever, said, hey, I'll be in the Rumble. Fine. I'm going to get in the Rumble, and I'm going to get my spot. I'm going to prove to people I belong in the big one. I had that feeling for some reason, man. I'm telling you right now, and I said it on social media, Jey Uso is the new Daniel Bryan. He is the guy that's lost to Sheamus. 15 or 18 seconds. 18 seconds. Yeah. It happened organically. Jey Uso, it happened organically just based off the bloodline. Like when you looked at him, and I get it. Everybody talks about he's over just because of him saying yeet. No, he got over because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
He got over because he was telling Roman, hey, I get it. You're the provider. You're the tribal chief. You're the main guy, whatever. But why can't I be it, Oos? Why can't I do this for my family? Why can't I do this? Because I'm a brother. I'm a twin. I came in here as a tag team competitor. I can't be nothing else. Like the stuff that they did with that, because they were really able to play around with the animated standpoint. They made that show so personal because everybody knew they were related. In reality, dude, Jey Uso's done more than his dad ever did. I don't ever see Rikishi win a heavyweight championship. I don't even see Rikishi in a heavyweight championship match that much.
The only thing Rikishi did, he did it for The Rock.
Intercontinental, he won the European, and I think he won the tag.
I did it for The Rock.
Exactly, he did it for The Rock. So they did say that would be an interesting storyline as well. Jey Uso just gives it to The Rock, and I'm like, come on, Rock,
what?
That would be interesting. That'd be interesting, especially if they came to SmackDown and then you see The Rock. That would be interesting.
Look at I had Jey Uso in my final 4. We were chatting last week.
I told you.
My final 4 was John Cena.
There was no way they weren't going to have him in the final 4. Jey Uso has been one of the top things that whole year.
I agree. Real fast. John Cena, CM Punk. Who else did I say? John Cena, CM Punk. Seth Rollins, yeah, Seth Rollins, and I think I may have said Drew McIntyre or whatever like that.
Yep.
But the only one that was, sort of, came down to was John Cena. Was John Cena, and yes, I do agree with you, man. It's interesting, like, bro, like. Is lit, it's fire. He's over, number one merch sale and all that. But there's a question I want to ask you too, and I want to have everybody chime in if you want to.
I'll
Do
say
you
this.
feel real fast? Keep that
Go
thought.
ahead.
Keep
Go
that thought.
ahead.
And ask me
Go
real
ahead. Go
fast.
ahead.
Do you feel like Jey Uso is the and I want to explain a little bit. Do you feel like Jey Uso is the Jeff Hardy slash Edge, of their tag team? And I mean, Edge, he broke out of the Edge and Christian. He went on to become world champion. He won the Royal Rumble. Jeff Hardy, he broke out of the Hardy Boys when the Hardy Boys broke up. Jeff Hardy took a little bit, but he won the WWE Championship. He won the World Heavyweight Championship. He didn't win the Royal Rumble, but Jey Uso, even though a lot of people, even Jey Uso said it, man, I was shy, I didn't really have this. It was really going to be Jimmy to break out, but
Oh, Jimmy was
Jey,
supposed to be the one.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was gonna be Jimmy, but Jay, man, it just came through organic in 2020, like you said, with the bloodline, and I feel like Jay is that one out of the Usos, man, and I just can't. I can't. It's cool. Like I felt like Big E a little bit, being excited for him to coming from a Musamu, a Musamu. When y'all say ooh, y'all say oh, ooh. So that old ass entrance to all the way fast forward to y'all being great ass tag team champions, and now to you winning the Royal Rumble. Like it's crazy, bro. Yeah,
Here's the
I couldn't
thing.
fathom.
Here's the thing I want to say. When we said what he said in the pandemic, this is what hit me the most.
There we go.
Jey Uso hit over 7 years. 7 years as one of the top tag teams. I'm saying it now. One of the greatest tag teams in WWE ever is the Usos.
Mm,
Like what they were able to do, what they were able to capitalize, and how they adapted each time. They could have stayed as that, guys, doing the dance and stuff like that, but then they would have got brushed off and be like, hey, y'all are cool, but this ain't working anymore. Like they were throwing that out. For them to come back and do the Usos Penitentiary and do this relatability and do all these little dynamics that they did, it built to what this is. But for Jay to stand out, and this is one thing that hit me the most, and I think this promo is what changed and put Jey Uso in a different stratosphere. When he was in the ring with Roman, he said, Roman, everyone knows who you are. But when they look at me, they simply say this. And this one, if you really think about it, as long as the Usos have been a tag team, how anyone could just say this. Which one are you?
mm-hmm. You ain't gotta say that
If
now.
someone says that to you, and you have been in this business for so long, you've got so many accolades, you've won countless tag team championships with your brother, and someone looks at you and go, which one are you? I bet you know who he is now.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you know that this guy is not just a guy that you put on a good hand. This guy's just put something on the card. Like Jey Uso has been the way opening Monday Night Raws every single week, doing the extra stuff. Like you've noticed, Jey Uso has been on both shows lately.
Yeah,
Jey Uso is doing double duty right now because they are really were trying to push to get that star power to him. Like, hey, we know y'all like him, but do y'all like him? Can he benefit the business as being a champion? Like
I
we
like that.
always said, Jay doesn't have to have the title, but the way that they're put him in the picture, he does need to have the title. Like
Mm-hmm.
the way that they're showcasing this stuff, they are literally doing what they did with Daniel Bryan, very organically, and it's happening. One thing I do want to say, you go on Amazon, you go on any store bought thing right now, you type in WWE, Timu, whatever anybody wants to type in WWE merch. First thing that pops up, it starts with a Y, two E's, and a T. And it's all single time.
You
Every single time you're seeing that more Then you might get the OTC. You might get the little things. You're gonna get Cody stuff. You're gonna get John Cena stuff now that he's back in wrestling. But you're getting that first. That's
Mm-hmm.
telling you what main event Jey Uso is bringing. Jey Uso is not just being a crowd hopping
Hey,
guy. Like he is
nah.
really, and I think this is funny too. Like you just said, I didn't think he was in the final four. You had people on the show on this press conference wearing the yeet, wearing all these things. Who do you think is going to win? Do you think Jey Uso is going to win? John Cena. What? You
Mm-hmm.
got a Jey
Mm-hmm.
Uso shirt on. You're telling me John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth
Yeah, I
Rollins are
did.
gonna
Yeah, I
win?
did see that.
Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
showing the adaptation of what Jey Uso's now. Because now you're showing the real ability now. When people buy those Jeets, when they buy those merch, they buy those sunglasses, they buy all these things. Now they're gonna look at it and go, man, Jay, bro, you really can belong. Like you
Mm,
really can be that guy.
yeah.
And I think that did solidify it.
Hey, that's what's up, man. That really what's up. Like the comment said, man, Jeff Jay Uso is the modern day Jeff Hardy. Kind of what I was, sort of saying, man. Like being that tag team guy that break out and do something with your career, man. I'm really stoked for Jay Uso. Of course, I'm pretty sure he's going to take on Gunther at WrestleMania. But man, just the possibility of him just saying, you know what,
You
fuck
see
that.
that being
I'm
night
going
two
out to go.
though? Can you see that being
No,
the
no, no,
main title?
no, it's not going to be
Way
the
to
main.
sell the pay-per-view?
What you talking about? Like the main event, like the
I'm
last like
saying the
event?
main night two main event. Can you see that being Jey Uso versus
Uh,
Gunther?
I'm
And
I'm sorry.
that's selling the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't see that being the matchup
I'm sorry.
for.
If Cena and Cody go one-on-one against each other, that is selling the show. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. I ain't trying to say anything nice.
Yeah, we
I
know.
mean,
And
it is
then
the
and then
reality.
also Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk. I don't see that being in the middle of the show. I seen that being
That
the
will go
main.
first.
It'll go first.
Bro,
Mm.
they're not gonna
But
throw
look at the
away Gunther
possibility.
and Jey
Just
Uso. This is
what
his one moment.
what if Jay goes after Cody? Just the possibility. I think it adds a lot of dynamic though. Before we move on real fast, but I think it add a little bit of dynamic because of the story between Roman and Cody, and for Jay to go after the title, I think will be a little interesting, intriguing though. You think so? No.
I don't know. I don't know if he's there yet.
Okay.
The
All right.
reason why I'm saying that is because he's been chasing Gunther. In a way, it kind of kills when we talk about you always want to make something make sense. Why is Jay going after Cody? Because Cody's the main reason why he got this opportunity to stand out of the bloodline and do all these things. And then obviously, hey, you win the Rumble, you finally get that option that you want to face for the championship again. You thought that was it. Who was the first person in the ring to help you? Hey man, it's okay, it's okay. Cody. Like
Mhm.
Cody has been there to support Jay through all this, even when people turned their back on Jay and made him all, hey, you got to prove to us you're not the bloodline and all that. Then you brought the bloodline back, and then it's like, oh, okay. But
Yeah,
to
I
make it
got
make
you.
sense, Jay has to face Gunther because Gunther has been his roadblock the entire time.
No.
Every single time that Jay has faced Gunther, Gunther has won. Gunther
Okay.
has always beaten him. And I did say this a long time ago. And I want someone to go back on the archives and look at it and tell me if I'm lying. I said the guy that Gunther would lose to in the World Heavyweight Championship match would be Jey Uso because Jey Uso has lost every big title match to Gunther,
Mm.
Intercontinental and the World Heavyweight. Like Gunther has been Jey Uso's roadblock from day one.
Mm.
No pun intended on the day one ish, but
I see
it's
what you
been
did
a
there.
good story what they're telling with this.
Okay. Okay. Hey, we're gonna definitely see, man. We are definitely on the road to WrestleMania, and we just only we only seen one
Oh
Raw,
my
so
gosh, bro, it's
we got some
crazy.
more to definitely dive into. All right, you guys, man, we're gonna move the show along before we get into our dad rants real fast, man. It's time, you guys. Yes, it's time for the WTF Wrestling Moment of the Week, man. And yes, it took place at the Royal Rumble. Of course, the Royal Rumble was this past Saturday, and it was crazy, though. Yo, another member of the WWE roster sort of, loses his spot in the Royal Rumble, and this time, it was Akira Tozawa getting attacked by Carmelo Hayes, man. And out came WWE officials, took him backstage, and nah, man, right after that attack, nah, he can't go. Akira Tozawa, nah, that was just too nasty for him. And IShowSpeed, yes, IShowSpeed, who Triple H invited to the Rumble, a week ago or prior, he goes out there and yeah, this happened, man. He gets breaking in half by Braun Breaker. That wasn't on purpose though, but yeah. But I thought that was crazy. WTF moment of the week, man. What?
Daughter to be a soccer junkie right now. My daughter loves Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, and all these guys. I'm still getting used to knowing some of these soccer guys, but she loves this dude. And when he came out at the Rumble, my daughter lost it. Like she saw John Cena come out. Like, so see this, and in a way, this was very smart. Like we just said, WWE
Mm-hmm.
is on every platform.
Mm-hmm.
Speed is got a great following. Speed was doing a live stream
Yes,
backstage
yeah.
the entire day of that Rumble, and over 1 million people were watching him. So from a network and producing standpoint was the smartest marketing thing. So
It
it
is.
was just a rough day of the office, I
Yeah,
guess.
I didn't know who this guy was until I think he had that. I think Logan Paul brought him in or whatever,
Oh
and
yeah,
I
he was the
didn't.
prime bottle.
Yeah, I didn't know who the hell this guy was, and now this is like his second time back or
Well,
whatever. I know he
these
getting.
YouTubers, they're
Yeah,
bringing it. In reality, it's the new network, and that's
yeah,
something that WWE has been very good with for so long. They've been able to find out where to get their product seen on. And what they did with Logan Paul. Logan Paul's got a huge following. So what do? You bring Logan Paul in and found a way to make him a superstar out of the whole thing. Nobody
mm.
thought that Logan Paul was
What do
going to
you?
be on an act.
Everybody gonna be like, damn, he got spirit. Who was that guy? Hey, that's Braun Breaker. So
He may speed himself.
yo, man, that was definitely crazy, man. For real. WTF moment of the week, man. For real. It's definitely been a great show. Of course, the Royal Rumble was definitely off the chain, man. Of course, like you said, DIY. They retained their tag team titles. The Street
Good
Profits.
match.
The Street Profits came in. That was a little bit confusing to me. They sort of took out
Took
what
out
was it,
both.
Motor City Machine Guns, which DIY actually beat them, attacked them backstage, and then they wound up beating. Yeah, it was all over the place. So like that was cool. Of course, the WWE Championship match and both Royal Rumbles itself, man.
Hey man, say the WWE title match a lot more respectively.
Hey
Okay,
man,
that
look,
was the
hey look, nah,
match. That was the match of the night, in my
nah,
opinion.
look here,
I will say
I
this: the Rumble was the best Rumble it's had in a long time.
yeah, most
When you
that.
look at star power and the
Mm-hmm.
stacking, and bro, we got AJ Styles back. We got all these talents. Like
Super
it was
excited for AJ.
really, really good. Really good.
Yeah,
Rumble all overall was very good. And for them
yeah.
to bring Jey Uso into and for Jey Uso to get that the way that he did. And I love the elimination that they did it as because of everybody's like get mad, like, oh, the elimination was corny. What was he supposed to do? Like Cena is like almost 50 something years old now. Like
Yeah, his ass just jumped down. He was like, "Oh, I just hopped off the bus." It wasn't
and
kind of
move his
corny a little
hand, yeah.
bit, but it
It
was
worked
cool.
because
Yeah,
it's two good guys. So,
yeah,
and they already botched getting over the rope. If anybody didn't
yeah,
realize it, they botched over the rope because they both were not supposed to be on the outside. So they were already pretty much in a fallen with it.
hey man, that's what's up, man. Wrestling is definitely all over the place. You mentioned Evolve, that's coming up. Obviously NXT TNA is still killing it. AEW, man, I might check out tonight's episode. I didn't watch last week's
Let me
episode.
know
I'm
how it
just.
goes.
I probably will, bro. Or I'm just gonna catch it on social media. I just haven't been into it, man. I don't know. I don't know. No offense to everyone out there. I don't know if you guys are into it, man. AEW was really like, I was onto it, man, for a minute, but it's just like I be watching TNA more now than actually AEW. So, but hey, whatever you like, man, enjoy wrestling, man. All right, before we wrap it up and head on out of here on this week's episode of Talk Pro Wrestling Commission Talk Edition, man, we're going to get into our dad rants. Now, of course, I don't have the great, fabulous graphic like Warren does with the dad rants, man, but, I'm just going to be like, dun, 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 dun. All right, dad rants. All right, man.
Gentleman
Yo, man. We was just chatting a little bit, actually before we went live, man. Having a little man. She came in and came through the door and was, didn't even say nothing. I'm pretty sure she probably like, are you gonna come get him? Because man, he is
yeah, it's yep.
yeah,
They want to have their kids with them, but when it gets
yeah.
to being so much, when we have the patience when it happens, it gets to the point it's like, all right,
Mm,
please hurry up. Please hurry up.
yeah. I ain't gonna hold you too long,
Luckily,
man.
I had it in the COVID time, which it really pissed me off because I had like a home gym. So
Yeah.
gyms were shut down. So I'm having pre-workout in my system, get ready to go work out in my gym. And in my garage, and my wife would come in every second, like, hey, can you come and deal with Annabelle? Can you do this? Can you do this? And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I
I
was
know.
missing a workout because of it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you too long, man. I know you gotta run off, man. All I'm just gonna say, man, shout out to all the dads out there, man, that's showing up, man, and doing what you gotta do,
Definitely.
and regardless of
Keep showing up.
everything, just keep
Keep
showing
showing
up,
up.
man. And that's what I do, even though me and her might not, see eye to eye on one day, and maybe closest ever the next day. Close the door, him butting in right now, talking about daddy, you okay? Them the little challenges well, I don't even call them challenges, man. It's just real, fun moments though. But yeah, a little too young could drive you crazy sometimes though. But yeah, just show up, man. Just show up, and they gonna love you, just for that, though. But yo, Warren, man, I ain't gonna hold you too long. What you gotta say, man? Final thoughts, man. Let everybody know where they can
Hey,
catch you
man.
at, find you at, and everything like that.
Hey man, obviously you can catch me on the Buzzman Marlowe channel on YouTube, Facebook, all that. We will be having a new episode next week. I know I haven't been able to put a lot of episodes out right now just because my schedule has been so just all over the place. Pro wrestling wise, right now we do have an announcing couple of dates. I will be very booked in March. Um, I'm gonna make this announcement now. I haven't said it anywhere else. This is the last run. Um, by May 22nd, I'm giving it the exact date. That will be it.
Mm,
It's been a fun time. I can't say anything bad about this one at all. This has been a blessing. Um, but it's time to start. It's like I said, the schedule's just been so outrageous, and there's some things that I've never wanted to do, and I've actually had to cancel bookings before now because of how my schedule is and stuff. So I want to go ahead and leave this on a great note and stuff like that. So if I say I'm in your town, if I say I'm booked on these times, come out there, show your support, do what you need to do because that's going to be it. So May 22nd, when I turn 34 years old, I will only extend it maybe to June if it's one particular match that I've been waiting on. If it ain't that, that'll be the it for the American Project. We are calling it the Last Sore. Um, I have at least 20 dates right now. Might go up to 25. We'll see. But this is the first time I'm actually saying it. This will be it. So I want to thank all the love and support that we have done. I have been a pro wrestler for over 10 years. Coming back from a neck injury and doing the stuff that I had with that, coming over to realizing the speed and everything is so different dynamically in independent wrestling and into what's viewership wise now. A lot of actors and actresses now are in the independent wrestling, which is the most craziest thing to me. It's just been an absolute blast, and I'm looking forward to ending it on a high note.
Hey man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Keep killing it, man. You got my support over here, Warren, and can't wait to see what's next for you. Everybody, man, definitely make sure you subscribe to Buzzing with Marlo, man, on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts is at, man, for real. Man, here at the 11:30 podcast, another episode of the podcast show will be out, man, either this week or next week. But beyond 11:30, you guys, man, is back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, streaming on Instagram, Facebook, and here on YouTube. The gang is back. Chanel Harley, myself, and of course my guy Brian B. Man, we're gonna be chopping it up on them grown folk talks. So definitely make sure you time in, and of course I'll see you guys Friday night for the Friday Night SmackDown watch along. But other than that, man, you guys, man, stay smooth, be easy, be cool, man. Give all the glory to God, man. Won't he do it? Yo, for myself, Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, and my guy Warren Marlowe. Oh, and before I go, man, one last time, if you haven't done so, this entire episode, make sure you subscribe, man. Hit the like button down below, subscribe, follow, and definitely make sure you hit the notification bell for the 11:30 podcast, man. For real, definitely. All right, for myself, Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, and my guy Warren Marlowe. Until next time, peace, man. Be smooth. Tell a friend, tell a friend. All right, I'm out.